Hi, today we're gonna do an executive contour haircut, which is one of the most iconic classic haircuts of all times. Uh, and to do so, first of all, we need to wet the hair uh, for a thorough pre-cut assessment to keep the balance and shape. Um, I'm using water with just a little bit of a hair tonic, which has absolutely no hold, but it helps me to comb the hair. And what we're gonna do at first is primary parting. I'm gonna do it from the recession to the occipital uh, bone in the back. As you can see, the line looks like it's curved, but actually it's a straight line. If you place the comb here, it is a straight line, uh, but the head is round, so it looks like it's curved. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I need just a bit more of the water. Yeah, so the primary parting should look like a horseshoe or a soft V, as you can see. And now we'll establish the baseline. So we start just above the ear. We pull the hair parallel to the floor and make the first cut of the baseline. Then we go forward to cut the remaining hair in the front. Then we go to the back to establish the rest of the baseline. We work uh, parallel to the parting we just did, going to the back, to the center of the back. Then we duplicate this on the other side, on the opposite side. We can check the length of the sides uh, using the comb. You're just placing it on the head, 90 degrees, and check the length. What we're doing now, it's just the primary shape, the sketch. So we'll check it on the blow-dried hair, if everything is in balance, if everything is the same on both sides, if it's symmetrical. So now when I check the length, I can go to the back, establishing the rest of the baseline. I'm pulling the hair to my chest, and connect both sides at the back of the head. I can also check if there is a symmetry at the back by pulling the hair, checking their length. I can also use my comb. Okay, so when I've got the baseline, we have to connect uh, the hair down to the perimeter hairline. So I'm using now my clippers. I will do this with overcomb technique. So I'm pulling the hair up to the baseline, and I'm cutting the excessive hair. The angle of the comb and its distance from the head is building the form and the length of the lower parts. So I'm placing the back of the comb on my head, making an angle, trying not to cut the baseline I did earlier. And I'm also starting above the ear, go to the front, and then to the back of the head. Okay. Then I will duplicate the step on the other side. Also, I start just above the ear. I'm going up to connect with this perimeter hairline. And then I'm also connecting the sides at the back. I need to put the head just a bit up. To keep my back in shape. I'm not that young anymore, so I have to think about it all the time, about the posture, which is very important with our job. So as you can see, uh, I'm doing it with overcomb technique. Uh, I of course could use the scissors overcomb, but with the clipper it's much faster. And also, as I said, we're just making a sketch. This haircut is very similar to the Vanguard haircut. The exception is that uh, we don't do it on with a scissors, but with a clipper, as I said. So the sides will be a bit shorter than in a Vanguard haircut. Okay, I'm checking the symmetry all the time. Okay, just a bit more here. Okay, so we are done with the lower parts. Now we have to connect the transition area, which is in here. So I'm again wetting the hair to keep the moisture. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, we divide the hair right in the center on in a half from the center of the forehead to the highest point of the crown. Now the Next parting is from the apex to behind the ear. Then we are making the corner sections, also from the apex to the center of the recession. Okay, so now we have the front section, corner sections, and two crown sections in the back. And we're starting uh, to connect the transition to the sides. What I will do is make subsections like 1-2 centimeters wide, depending on the density of the hair, um, the what kind of the hair we are dealing with. Uh, so I'm doing it also parallel to the baseline I did before. Straight down to the baseline. I comb the hair down and cut the excessive hair. I'm moving from the back to the front, connecting the transition. Next subsection. Okay. And the last one in this side of the crown. Okay. And then I'm doing just the same with the corner section. I'm dividing for a subsection parallel to the baseline. And now in the corner sections, we'll do a new baseline, just a bit longer than the first one. I pull the hair a bit more down in the front. Uh, I'm using my fingers to create a new angle, and I connect the hair right above the ear and make slight disconnection in the front. Okay, and second subsection. Okay. Then I move to the other side, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. Smaller subsection, coming down and connecting to the baseline. Okay. Next one. Okay, I can now comb everything from the crown back just to connect with the baseline at the back to check if everything connects. Okay, now I'm moving to the left corner, also making the subsection parallel to the baseline, and I will also make a slight disconnection at the front. So I'm starting in the front to uh, to connect the hair just right above the ear. I'm going back and make the connection. Okay, next one. And the last subsection of the corner area. So now uh, when we uh, when we connected the crown sections and the corner sections to the baseline, we'll do the same with the front section. I'm also dividing the subsections, and now we will uh, establish the final length. So now is the time that you choose how long the top would be. So I'm connecting the first subsection to the new baseline I made on the corner section, and in the front now I'm using my fingers to make an angle to define the final length of the top. Okay, next subsection. I'm pulling the hair straight down, pointing the floor. Now I'll comb the whole front section to the one side and connect the rest. Okay, connect just fine. Then I will do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I'm dividing for a smaller section. Now my fingers are pointing up, and my knuckles will point to the floor. Okay, then I will comb all of it to the left side and check if there is any excessive hair that I need to cut. Okay. Now we will establish the final length. So I will gather the hair on the top in the middle in a relatively wide section. Also, depending on the hair, if the hair is thicker, you need to make a smaller one. If the hair are thin, then you can make it wider. So you can see the length that we made by connecting the top section to the sides. So I'll follow it by connecting the crown. Okay, so we've got the first length at the back, and I'm going forward to connect it with the hair in the front. The shape should be longer in the fringe and shorter at the back. So as you can see, it connects perfectly in the front. I'll do a check moving to the back. Then I'll gather the rest of the hair from the sides and check if they're the same length. Cut the excessive hair. It should be just the ends of the hair. I'll do the same with the left side. Okay. Uh, you can cross-check your cut. Uh, horizontally now, because we were establishing the final length vertically. Okay. Now it's time for a blow drying, but before that, I will use a grooming tonic to keep my my sketch in the shape. It's a very nice product. I use it almost in every haircut. It prevents from uh, hitting the hair and the scalp too much, uh, and it works perfectly as a pre-styler. Okay. So I'm using a vent brush, two-sided vent brush, um, and I will blow dry the hair uh, from back to the front to prevent the dry hair falling on the wet ones. Yeah, and when I was putting the grooming tonic, I was doing it from the roots to the ends so that the whole hair is covered with the product. Okay, so I'm starting with the right side, the back of the right side. And then I'm moving to the front. I try to blow dry the hair just a bit upwards to keep the volume of the hair. And moving from the sides to the top of the crown and to the middle of the head. Okay, I will move to the other side. And do exactly the same thing from the back to the front. And at the end, I'm moving to the front, pulling the hair up to keep the volume. I can pull the hair with my comb towards my chest and blow dry it, uh, having my blow dryer uh, uh, down to the face and blowing the air from down to up. Will have a very nice volume made in the front by doing it. You can check with your hands if all the hair is dry. I like using my hands just to feel the head, feel the hair. You can pull down the fringe a bit to keep the volume. Okay. At the end, I will use colder air to keep the hair in the shape. Okay. So uh, we are done with our sketch. The primary shape it's done, so we can see more now, and we can refine the lower sections using again clippers over comb technique. So I will do it now. And again, the angle of the comb is making our final shape of the lower parts. I'm using just a bit of a freehand in some places. I like doing it because it makes me feel that I'm in total control of the haircut. Okay. So uh, now I will make the contours and the outlines. I'll do the contours with my trimmer and the outlines with just a bit of a taper technique. Okay, so just a bit of a taper. Uh, I'm not using any guard. I'm just opening the blade and do it on a free hand. Uh, and I can connect it with the overcome technique to make a perfect transition. The other side. Okay, and the back. Okay, so the outlines and the contours are done. As you could see, I was working from the front to the center of the back. Now it's time uh, to finish the haircut with blade neck scissors. You can do it just on the ends to make a smoother transition on the sides to the top. But you can also go deeper in the hair using the slide technique or overcomb technique to make the final look of the haircut. and get rid of the excessive bulk. So I'm making the cuts, then combing the hair and checking where I can take up the bulk, for the places that where can I take more of the bulk and make the haircut even smoother. Okay, I move to the left side. I forgot this outline here. Okay, I'm going back to the blending scissors. And again, I'm going from the front to the back of the head. And I'm going deeper in the front to keep the volume, so the shorter hair will keep up the longer ones, and they will not fall down that easy. Okay, I can use my hand to make more texture. I'll put my hand into the hair and cut the top with a blending scissors, but I have to be careful not to cut my fingers. Okay, I will blow dry it with for to get rid of the uh, hair that I just cut with blending scissors to make it more clean. And uh, I always do it before the next step, uh, so I have the client clean, and I won't have all my heads covered uh, with the cut hair. Okay, so last but not least, now we'll apply styling product. Uh, I will use this blue matte pomade. It's a fiber pomade. It will be not too heavy on the hair, and I can keep the volume of it and nice high top. So of course we have to choose an optimal product to the hair we are dealing with. We have to apply it truly from the roots to the ends to cover all over the hair. Okay, so I will use the comb to distribute the product all over the hair. Um, I prefer the comb with a wider teeth to start the distribution. Then I can use the smaller teeth. And also uh, I like to use Afro comb, but I don't have it now. Uh, for the front, for the front part, uh, so I can go deeper with it. Yeah. I will now position the hair to the to its dominant direction. So in this case, it's the left side. You can pull the hair to the front to see where it breaks to make a parting. It's better to make the natural parting so that the client uh, will do it easier in the morning uh, by his own. That's the reason why we're doing the parting at the end of the haircut, not uh, in the beginning. Okay, and we are almost done. And yeah, this is how it looks like. And I hope you like it. So I'm waiting for your comment. Thank you very much.